the next day.
Aloha kakahiaka masterminds. It is really early. My goodness. My goodness. Mia, does the thunder and lightning give you chicken skin?
No.
But I remember when you were smaller in your Hanabata days, earlier Hanabata days, you were scared of lightning and thunder.
Because we got pretty sensitive.
And hearing it?
Yeah.
E kalama ia'u. May I have some vai? E olu olu?
Are you ready to see Kualoa Ranch?
Ai.
Are you ready to get on another bus?
Ole. Would you like to buy some chocolates? I love you. Aloha voi. Ia oi. Aloha vo ia oi. Yes, breakfast. Good.
So we're gonna go straight there with no stops in between. Bus ride should take about an hour just depending on traffic. Once we get closer to the ranch, I'll make a few more announcements so you know where to go and what to do. But until then, just feel free to sit back, relax, take a nap if you like, and enjoy the ride. Mahalo. はい、日本人の皆様おはようございます。これから牧場まで出発していきます。 anything, so I think you're all sleeping. Let's try one more time. Good morning, everyone, and aloha.
Aloha.
Okay, perfect. You're awake now. We're arriving to Kualoa Ranch on our left side here. As we approach the front, we will see a big staircase out in front of the visitor center. We're going to make our way up the stairs, and then we'll divide into groups by language. So for our Japanese speaking guests, they'll be on the right side at the top of the stairs. All other languages on the left side. That includes our English, Chinese, and Korean speaking guests. Please go up the stairs to the left side. At this time, we'll have a quick briefing orientation of the ranch, so that way you know where to go, what to do, where to meet for your tours. At this time, please have your schedules out in case you have any questions for your guide. For the return bus in the afternoon, you'll be meeting at this same spot at the top of the stairs. At that time, there'll be a lot of different buses, so in order to know which one you will ride on, there will be a staff member checking out for the buses. So please come back to this spot after all your tours have finished for your return bus checkout. The return bus time for your schedule will be written on your schedule on the left-hand side on the bottom. Again, if you have any questions, Again, if you have any questions, please make sure you have your schedule out for your guide. Also, please check your surroundings for any personal belongings and make sure you take them with you off of the bus. Hope you have a great day. Enjoy. Be prepared to get wet, but have an adventure and mahalo. Okay, Nihonjin no minasan.
English, Korean, Chinese, all other languages, go ahead and take a seat on the left. I'm going to give you guys a quick briefing. Mahalo, folks. Here is where you'll begin and end your day. You'll come back to this location on the time that's on your schedule for the day to catch your bus back to Waikiki. Inside of this building here, we have a set of restrooms on this far end. In the middle is our gift shop. On the far right side, we have Andy's Best Cafe if you want to grab snacks and drinks throughout the day. But for now, you can bring all of your belongings with you. Follow me. We'll go through the visitor center. Don't get distracted by any of the gifts in here. And we'll go to the back. I'll show you where to go for your tours. And then you'll be on your own for the rest of the day. After I do my quick briefing in the back, you can use the restroom and do whatever you need to do before the tour. We do. Yeah, all over there. Right this way, my friends.
So you're going to use this one now? Now?
What if they smell like me?
Oh, really bad.
Is it dinosaur poop?
Probably.
You need to check in 10-15 minutes prior to be on time for your tour. Again, the time that's on your paper is the time that the tour departs. Be there 10-15 minutes beforehand. Okay. For your schedule, if you have questions about your schedule, or if your tours aren't correct, or you want to add tours, you'll be going to the ticket office, which is located just over here, and I will be able to do any arrangements for your schedule. Okay. More tours. If you're doing the
Up there, just making that clear. Now on this tour too, we really don't recommend for those of you who have previous back injuries, neck injuries, or even expecting a child. However, if you do fit into that category, please let us know. so that way either way we can show you back to the ticket office to see what other type of tours that you can do, or just kind of accommodate you to our best of our abilities. Because if you guys see in the back of this truck, more toward the front of it is a little less bumpy, as well as if you're more toward the back, it gets pretty bumpy. So I do ask you folks who are in good physical condition to please reserve the front 2 seats for people who have.
Well, I'll be your guys' tour guide today. I'm excited to have you on this tour. Like Ubai was saying earlier, it is a little bit rainy today. I do have some ponchos in here if any of you guys would like it when it starts to rain a little bit. I'd love to hand those out to you guys. I don't know, you can kind of see it. We're going to be heading into the southernmost part of our ranch, guys. It is going to be pretty bumpy, so we do recommend wearing those seatbelts. We'll have 2 stops today. We'll actually exit the vehicle, but most of it will just be kind of rolling along through. So you guys will get some good pictures. There'll be good pictures on both the right and the left side, so you guys don't have to worry about missing anything out. Do you guys have any questions? What are you guys most excited to see today?
Everything.
One big pile.
Everything?
Yes.
What are we gonna see?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
One big
you'll
pile.
find out. You might. You might get to see it. Oh, it's Tigers and Bears. So, you guys have any questions for me? I do have a camera right here, just to make sure you guys are happy, healthy, not hitting each other or anything like that. For you guys on the edges, just be on the lookout for branches. Every now and again, they like to come in and say aloha, so they're a little wet today, so a little one friendly slap. But you folks ready to roll?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like it.
Yeah.
You guys ready to go?
Yes! Wow.
Alright everybody, wave with the cameras, you guys can hear me okay? Awesome guys, and welcome to our jungle expedition tour today. If you look up ahead of us, you'll notice that beautiful mountain range. That is the Kualoa mountain range. Kualoa in Hawaiian does translate to long back. So legend has it that that was the long back of this giant lizard Mokuali'i that defended this land of Mokuali'i, actually angered a Hawaiian goddess, got into a 3-day long battle. In that battle, Mokuali'i actually had his tail chopped off, lost the battle, and was left to turn to stone. So on the left, that island that you guys see over there, that's the tail end of the lizard, Mokuali'i, that is Mokuali'i Island. But on our right, that is the long back of Mokuali'i that was left to turn to stone after battle. We'll have a couple of more opportunities to take a picture of Mokuali'i Island as we go throughout the tour today, folks. Today, though, our main focus is talking about something called Malama Aina. Malama means to love and take care, and Aina means land. So, for the ancient Hawaiian people, it's actually a very important practice for them to love and take care of the land so that it would be around for future generations. So we here at Kualoa have actually decided to adopt that practice of Malama Aina. So as we go throughout the tour today, I'll be talking to you guys today. But before we do so, I do want to tell you guys a little bit about the ancient Hawaiian religion. Anciently in Hawaii, there were 4 major gods. We have those gods actually represented right over here on our right-hand side in the form of tikis. So starting on the right, working our way all the way to the left, we have Kualoa, the god of the ocean. To the left of Kualoa, we have Lono, who is the god of peace, fertility, and agriculture. To the left of Lono, we have Kane, who is the god of fresh water. And lastly, on the far left-hand side, we have Ku, the god of war. So depending on which class of society that you were a part of would actually depend on which of those 4 major gods that you would worship, whether you were a chief, a priest, a commoner, or an outcast. It would depend on which of those gods that you'd be kind of following. Under each of them, there were actually 10,000 lesser gods, totaling in for 40,000 lesser gods called Kini o Ua. And so depending on your profession, like if you were a carpenter, a painter, whatever one it was like that, it would actually depend on which of those lesser gods that you and your family would focus on. Now coming up for you folks who are on the left-hand side of the vehicle first, left-hand side, here's a quick picture opportunity for you guys. Take a picture of that Mokuali'i Island. Popular spot, you can head over there by kayaking, you can paddleboard, or if you're really feeling adventurous, you can walk and swim over there during low tide. And then there's a few trails that will actually take you up to the top of Chinaman's Hat, where you can get a beautiful view of the Kaneohe Bay, like a whole panoramic view, so it's pretty cool, and you get a chance to look at a different angle of the Kualoa mountain range. Alright guys, coming up for you folks who are on the right-hand side, here is your quick picture opportunity for that Mokuali'i Island. And then folks, we're actually going to be heading up to our first stop of the day. We're going to head up to our Wahipana. A Wahipana is a special or a sacred place, usually made for the royalty of society, the priests and the chiefs, to actually go and offer their prayers and their worships. But when Christianity was introduced to our Hawaiian Islands, all of the Wahipanas were actually ordered to be destroyed. We here at Kualoa recreated this Wahipana about 8 years ago, mainly for educational purposes. So we're going to get a chance to go on up. We'll talk a little bit more about some of the structure. You see it's up over there on the hill on the left. And then we'll get a chance to go inside. If you guys would like, you can feel free to leave your big bags in the vehicle. We'll be back in the same vehicle afterwards. Just take your cameras and phones with you.
For a lot of it.
Before we let you guys go, and we're going to go over some ground rules. So this wire you see running around the Wahipana is electrified. It moves our cattle, so I only suggest touching it if you guys be in charge on your phone. So you take the phone in one hand, and you grab the wire with the other one, and then you can take pictures for maybe like a couple months. Just kidding, guys. So please refrain from being around the wire. And also this beautiful rock wall you guys see surrounding our Wahipana is an ancient Hawaiian rock stacking method known as uhauhupuahu. It is a dry rock stacking method. So it uses no cement, no mortar, no clay holding this together, just strictly gravity. For that reason, we ask that you guys please do not sit, stand, Captain Morgan pose, Titanic hula on the rock wall. There's about a 30-foot drop on the other side, and we are all highly allergic to paperwork, ladies and gentlemen. Now, out in front here we have our kapu sticks. So when they were crossed like this, it was a pretty universal sign of kipa, right? They had to do one of three things, one of three protocols to gain access into one of these Wahipanas. Now, one was a ho'okupu, a gift offering, a kukui lei of sorts. And the next was an oli kahea, a chant or a song. The third's actually Kualoa's favorites, where you strip down to the nude, you hike down to the beach, you cleanse your body spiritually, physically, you hike back up, present yourself in the nude, and gain access to the Wahipana. So we're not going to do that one right now. I see some kids. But MJ runs a 9 o'clock tour, and it's half off. Bring your own bail money, ladies and gentlemen. He's just a joke. It's okay.
He's only half kidding.
That is one of the
no flash photography.
He doesn't run out of clock. I'm going to go over the structures we have here on the left-hand side of our Wahipana. Now, this first one is a hale. Everybody say hale.
Hale.
Hale means house in Hawaii. This is the halekia'i, the guardian's house. Now, if you didn't do one of the three protocols I just mentioned, he has the right to execute you on the spot, ladies and gentlemen. Very strict laws back then, of course. Now, next to that, we have a lono. Does anybody remember what lono is the god of? Agriculture. Agriculture. Very good. So, it only makes sense to represent lono inside of our Wahipana, as we are still an active cattle ranch here at Kualoa. Next to that, we have another hale. Hale again means house. Very good. That is the hale pahu. Pahu means drums. That is the drum house. We have two replica drums in there, and they would not be used for musical or entertainment purposes. They're actually used for communication. I like Hollywood, so we're going to talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. So Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle did film up here at our replica Wahipana. You guys can kind of imagine the end scene of the movie. Nigel drives his Jeep up the same pathway you all walked up to meet the players standing directly in front of the Wahipana. MJ's holding that sign up there. And so we can see in between Ruby Roundhouse and Dwayne The Rock Johnson, that is the entrance to the Wahipana where we are all going to walk in up. And also, that mountain way back there, that is Jaguar Mountain. Everybody see the Jaguar?
Yeah.
It was all CGI, folks. You're probably not going to see anything. But that is the base of Jaguar Mountain, folks. Also, the inside the Wahipana, that was the snake pit where Ruby Roundhouse sacrifices one of her lives. All the snakes went up in the rocks. I have no idea where they are, so definitely stay away from the walk wall. I'm only kidding, folks. It's CGI. So, with that being said, our lovely girl down there is going to do an oli kahea as a demonstration of what you would have had to do, one of the protocols you would have had to do in ancient times. Mahalo, folks.
You guys can come in closer if you want. This is just going to be a really simple chant, straight to the point. That says that it states that we're malihini, or we're visitors here, so it's a more of a respectful way for us to enter. When I finish, I'll say komo mai, which means welcome, and you'll be able to come inside as well, okay? I'm going to do it. Have fun. Can you get back to me? Sure. Yeah? Hey, can you back me up? I'm going to do Eo Maila. Okay, thanks. Yep.
Beyonce and Destiny's Child.
Eia no na malikini aloha e o maila.
E o maila.
Eia no ke kaua ke kanaka e o maila.
E o maila.
Eia no ka māpō likahea e o maila.
E o maila.
E o maila. E o maila. Come on, everyone. Welcome. Come on.
Can you play this?
Every hour and a half, folks.
No. No.
Where are you folks coming from? I think it's
Australia.
Australia?
Yeah.
Anybody want to take a group picture?
Oh, that's what you were saying. Okay.
It's okay, I'm not bored.
I play with them sometimes, but only when I get bored of whatever my
our land. Just completely. There's just dirt and gravel here. So this tour might be a little bit extra bumpy today because of all the rain that has kind of come down. Even looks like the rain knocked down some of the branches. But guys, today on tour, our main focus is actually not for me to talk to you the entire time about everything. The main focus of this tour is actually to allow you guys to be able to enjoy the beauty, the nature. Oh, look, some animals on the left. Some horses. See them? But yeah, the main purpose of the tour is for you guys to be able to enjoy the beauty of this area, to enjoy the land, look at it, just kind of really absorb it. So I'll be talking to you guys about some of the key elements that you'll get a chance to see on tour today, but I won't be talking the entire time. So looking for you guys. This vehicle allows me to play some music while we're going throughout the tour. So I'll play some music in the background and be talking and explaining some of these things. But for now, you know, just sit back, relax, enjoy the bumps, enjoy the ride. If you guys have any song requests near the end of the tour, just let me know. I'm popping up. As a way to protect the land and the resources. He divided the land up from the top of the mountain all the way down into the ocean. And he used natural ridgelines that were found inside the mountain as a way to separate and divide up the land. Once you are inside of a land division, you can use all of the resources that you saw fit. From the fresh water in the mountain to the fish in the ocean and pretty much everything in between. But always making sure to Malama Islands and love those resources because you actually weren't allowed to go into someone else's land division and use up any of their resources. On the left hand side, you guys will see the Ahu translates to altar and Pua'a pig. So this is actually what the Hawaiians would have used as a way to signal to each other when they were entering and exiting the different land divisions around the island. So that pig's head just let us know that we have now entered into the Ahu land division of Akipu'u. Akipu'u does translate to broken hills, so it's actually going to be pretty bumpy as we make our way throughout this portion. On this tour, we will be four-wheeling up our mountain. We're going to be heading up to our last stop, which is called the Saddle. It's about 800 to 900 feet above sea level on our way up. Four-wheeling up some hills, down some switchbacks, up around some potholes, and so it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Surrounded by 4,000 feet of rock wall. This area is also our second movie location of the tour. Used for the filming of the movie Jurassic World. Over here on our right hand side is actually where they built the helicopter pad that appeared at the end of the movie, but we here at Kualoa did decide to take it down. We didn't want anyone thinking it was real and then they're gonna like make some crash landing on a helicopter pad and be bad. Big deal. So take it down. Have a picture. But over here, folks, you guys can take a look at a beautiful fish pond. Right behind it is the Kaneohe Bay. I don't want to hit one. have a suicidal cow. What are you doing? It's like a dog chasing its tail, right? Cow. Hey guys, I'm gonna teach you the Hawaiian word for cow. It's really cool. All right, everyone repeat after me. Pee. 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 That's it. Pee pee. Pee pee, move. Oh, cow whisperer. You like that? Pee pee, keep going. Keep going. Mahalo, pee pee.
Holy shit.
Another suicidal pee pee. Pee pee.
Pee pee.
Mahalo, pee pee. You're gonna love that. The interesting thing about Hawaii is so the Hawaiian word for cow is pee pee, right? The Hawaiian word for appetizer is pupu. So only in Hawaii can you order pee pee for your pupu. But you don't want to do that anywhere else. It's also the breeding ground for scalloped hammerhead sharks. So it's actually breeding season now. So there are these winter months you'll just see some in there, maybe out in the deep. Folks, welcome to the lookout. Get your cameras, pull them out, take some pictures. Jurassic World. The Mosasaurus, when it jumped out of the water, ate the great white shark. It was right down in our fish pond. And then our fish pond, that area was also used in the filming of the movie 50 First Dates. That's actually where they built the Kualoa cafe that appeared in the movie, and a lot of those water scenes were filmed down there. And for you folks who are fans of the movie Pirates of the Caribbean, in Stranger Tides, they actually had the Black Pearl Park at that pier that you see along the right-hand side. They had the Black Pearl Park for about a month while they did the filming for those scenes in the movie. So guys, the next area we're going to be headed to is a really cool one. I'll tell you guys a little bit more about it when we get closer. It's a little bit better for you guys. I need you guys to do me a couple favors. I need everyone to pull out their phones, point them in front of them, and then once you've done that, I need everyone to close their eyes. Once you've closed your eyes, give me a thumbs up so I can move the truck. I'm looking at thumbs. Keep your eyes closed, guys. Close them. Tell you when to open. Keep them closed. Then on 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, guess you guys didn't like it that much. Well guys, welcome to the Indominus Rex paddock from the movie Jurassic World. The plywood, foam, and a super good paint job. The only real portions of this structure are those metal beams holding it together, but the rest of it was set up over here. We here at Kualoa did decide that it would be in our best interest to maintain the structure, to keep it around for any future filming projects that we may have. You know, this is the scene where Owen, the security guard, make their way inside of the structure to find out how the Indominus Rex must have escaped. Once inside, they realized that the Indominus Rex was still trapped inside there with them. So, they made a run for it, exiting through the front gates and accidentally letting the Indominus Rex out. And that is kind of when all the chaos began moving. Well, folks, I'd like to welcome you guys into the Indominus Rex paddock. You guys will turn to your left and look behind you on the wall. You guys see the claw marks that the Indominus Rex left behind to trick the team into thinking that it had escaped.
Oh, dinosaur over there!
Wolves in the front and the Jurassic World right above next to them already. Well, folks, I'd like to welcome you guys to our jungle of hockey poo-poo. Now you can see why this is called the Untitled Expedition Tour. The rain adds a little bit more jungle too. helicopter. That's actually the reason why we here at Kualoa do not offer helicopter tours anymore. I want to tell you more about that for you Jurassic fans. This stream that we're crossing looks intense. This stream is also in Jurassic World. This is where the medical team is crossing over from the right-hand side over to the left. When they looked above them, they realized that they were looking into the Indominus Rex's mouth. That is when they lost their lives in the movie. Well, now let's get about the helicopter, folks. This helicopter is actually from Kong Skull Island. From over here, you guys can see the inside of the helicopter. That main cabin, that is the only real portion of this helicopter. It was actually brought in right here into our Hakimuku Valley, and then they sent the rest of this area up. We'll pull up to the front where you folks will see the film location sign for that scene in the movie. Where after Kong had knocked down all the helicopters, all for you guys in the movie. So just a quick scene, there was a running scene where they're running through this area of our valley. And then also in the TV series Hawaiʻi 5-0, this the other week they were here filming for that. And they actually filmed the pilot episode of Magnum PI, the new reboot of Magnum PI, right over here in the Kualoa Valley too. So pretty cool area, pretty popular spot to do some filming. Of this tour, this movie called Triple Frontier. It was released on Netflix earlier this year. The movie's about these American military men. They get together and realize that they weren't really getting paid enough money by the American government to fulfill their needs. So together they actually decide to fly to Colombia, but not for vacation. They actually fly to Colombia to go steal money from a drug lord. So this structure right here, this is actually the entrance to the drug lord's house in the movie. So, welcome to Colombia, folks. Hope you enjoyed your flight. But this structure is not real either. Not even those like metal beams or those like wire thingies. Like if you can reach it, you can touch it. Like just don't close the door behind me. They're not real. Even the bricks, they're foam, carved out, painted. Hollywood man lying to us again. But for Triple Frontier, it is a Netflix original, so it is still on Netflix. Ben Affleck, so it's about 3 hours long. So if you guys were thinking of some ideas or some things to do while you're out here in Hawaii, that would be pretty cool. A good idea.
What's on the eye and
In Hawaiian translates to patch. So this patch here actually just houses some more of our native and endemic plants of Hawaii, such as to our right of us, you have the wild hibiscus tree. Those crazy leaves and fruits, and then to our right again, this is the kukui nut tree, the state tree of Hawaii. In the back, you'll see some banana palms, see some tea leaves. Then also to the heart, to the center of the like the heart of it, you'll see a heart-shaped plant. Looks like a plant has the leaf looks like a heart. That is the kalo, or the taro. If you guys have been to a luau, you might have tried taro. It's purple. They can have it in the solid form, or they can have it in the form of poi. Poi is like this purple pasty yogurt kind of like thing. What they'll do is they'll actually can eat the entire plant, but they mainly will eat the root of the plant. They'll take it, they'll mash it up, add some water. That's how they get the poi. Or they'll take it, dice it up, get some poi, taro chunks. It's kind of like a potato. It's very important for the Hawaiian people. It's actually believed to be one of their staple foods, and here for the very beginning as a way to provide nourishment for them to survive on the island. Up ahead of us, folks, you guys will see an example of a heiau, a Hawaiian temple. Built more so as a way to honor this area, to look after it and preserve it. To our left here, you will see another hale. Inside of that hale, you'll see a carving of a man who was carving a canoe, but the man who was doing the carving actually got deported, so he never got a chance to finish it. This is what is left of that carving. But folks, we are now going to be entering into the bumpiest portion of our tour. So if you're not wearing those seatbelts, click down, put them on. Hold on to your cameras tightly, hold on to your bags, everything like that. You guys will definitely be jumping around a little bit. our way up. But once we get to the top, we get a beautiful view. Oh, look at the little baby ones, guys. They're so cute. Wow. The calves. Oh, wow.
So these are actually mango trees. Those Hawaiian settlers planted all throughout the valley as a thank you to Queen Kualoa and allowing them to live here. But although she was a super nice lady, when she passed away, she actually did not have any kids. So all this land went to her uncle, Uncle Charles Kanaina. When Uncle Charles passed away, he didn't have any kids either. So all 1,100 acres of Hakipu'u actually went up for auction in 1880. It was then purchased by a man named Charles Hastings Jones. He purchased all 1,100 acres in auction for $5,215. Pretty sure your vacation cost more. But it was the last piece of land acquired by the family.
Alright guys, if you look over on our right hand side and over on our left hand side, you guys might see some yellow and green fruit. And then you look on the right and you'll see it more, you might see some green red fruits. There's these big ones that kind of look like lemon and lime, smaller ones that look like cherries, but they're actually guavas. So the yellow ones, that's the regular guava, but the red ones, that's the strawberry guava. And so green just means that they aren't ripe yet. But the guava is actually not a native plant to Hawaii. It's actually an invasive plant. And because of the introduction of all the different invasive plants and animals, it has actually turned Hawaii into the extinction capital of the world, with over 80% of our native plants and animals of Hawaii having gone extinct. One of those plants that was believed to have gone extinct was the Cyanea truncata plant, a member of the bellflower family. This plant was believed to have gone extinct in the early 1980s. Well, in the late 90s, we here at Kualoa actually found the last remaining one in our valley. We were then awarded a stewardship grant from the government as a way to maintain and to watch over this Cyanea truncata plant. We keep it over here on our left in the fenced-off area. You'll see a little picture over here on the left-hand side of the vehicle of what it looks like, and a little bit about the grant that we received. To many people, it may not seem very important. It may just seem like a plant, you know? It's just like, oh, cool plant. But to us, it's actually super important. It's one of the most important ways that we Kualoa by protecting this endangered species of plant. We do hope that this plant will be able to once again bloom and flourish throughout our Hawaiian island so that our future generations can be able to enjoy the perks that our past generations had. So just a little bit more about some of the things that we're doing. Oh, hey, whoa, okay. Who's tall enough to reach that guava on the left? I want to see if we can.
Too high? Yeah, you can move a little bit more. friend of mine.
So the cool thing about the sleeping grass is when you touch it, it goes to sleep. So you guys gotta come close to see it. No? No one want to see that? Pretty cool, huh?
I've seen it before.
Just go to sleep. If you guys want to touch it, feel free.
Yeah, I do want to touch it.
Go to sleep. It's like, it should be sour a little bit.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit sour.
No, thank you.
That's good.
But
Strawberry guava.
How is it?
Tart.
Is it sour?
But this area actually used to be filled with a whole bunch of invasive plants that we had here. But this nonprofit organization teamed up with these local schools. They actually came into this valley in this area and actually cleared out all those invasive plants, leaving all of the more native ones that we have in Hawaii. Like there's more tea leaves in here, that wild hibiscus tree, banana palms. But there's also the ulu. Ulu is known as breadfruit. The reason it's called breadfruit is actually because when you bake the ulu, it smells just like bread. But it definitely does not taste like it. If you look over there up ahead of us on the right, you might see these big green fruits with the palm leaves that look like a hand facing down. Those are the ulu. It was actually believed to have been brought to Hawaii by a man named Hawaiʻi. Hawaiʻi was a wayfinder, which meant he navigated the Hawaiian Islands without using any compasses. He just actually came from Tahiti. On his canoe, he navigated using the plants, not the plants, he navigated using the fish, the birds, and stuff like that. They pointed him in the direction of land. And so he came here on his canoe and he brought with him some plants. And with him he brought the ulu. And he actually planted it right here in our Hakipuku Valley. This was the first place in Hawaii where the ulu was planted. And it was one of the more staple foods for the Hawaiian people. It was so important, in fact, that King Kamehameha, whenever he would sail past this land of Hakipuku, he would actually lower his sail as a way to honor Hawaiʻi and all he did for the Hawaiian people by bringing the ulu to our island. But over here, folks, we have one more beautiful view over right on the ocean and the left with the mountains. Oh, that looks kind of cool. The clouds kind of going over it. It looks pretty awesome. But we'll be headed back. We'll be at our jungle depot in just about 5 more minutes, guys. So sit back, relax. We'll be there soon. It was a lot of fun for me to be able to get to know you guys a little bit about why you're out here in Hawaii. Folks, tell you myself, I came out here about 4 years ago from Boston. Came out here for school. Then I fell in love with this girl. Got married this past summer, and so I'll be here for a while. I've been here, and I've come to love the Hawaiian people, the Hawaiian culture, everything like that. So if you guys have any questions for me on like things to do in Hawaii, please don't hesitate to ask me when I let you guys off. If you guys have any questions on where to go for your next tours, please don't hesitate to ask me either. But guys, it has been a pleasure. It's been an honor. I'd like to give you one big mahalo nui loa. That means thank you very much for being such a great and awesome group. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed the tour today. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your days here at Kualoa, whatever you're doing today, and the rest of your stay out in Hawaii. But to close, I'd like to give you guys one last big mahalo and an aloha. Thank you, folks. I hope you guys have a great day.
51亩的花园，到花园以后，我会再给大家做一些介绍，谢谢。
Alright family, so we're heading down Kamehameha Highway, which is a scenic highway. If you follow it all the way north, you're going to hit many very beautiful popular beaches. Alright, so we're heading down to our other part of our ranch. So if this is your first tour, just a little quick history. Our ranch is a family-owned ranch, passed down for many, many years. And it was around 4,000 acres. So it's around 4,000 acres. The net worth is around $4 billion. But can anyone guess how much it cost to purchase all the acres in total? $1,000? $1? Alright, so it's around $12,000. $12,000, which is not very much. So we're heading down to our Ahupua'a of Hakipu'u. Ahupua'a just simply means big altar, but what it refers to is the division of land. So anciently, land was divided from the top of the mountain all the way down to the base of the sea. So that's how we recognize our land today.
那一块刚刚的话就是给我们讲到的是，我们现在要进入的是我们特产的另外一片区域，它的最南边哈基普区。
Trespassing. So in all seriousness, you guys are going to be seeing some things that you cannot see just coming off the highway.
OK 中文的朋友，你们刚刚要是有关注的话，我们在进入花园之前的话，有2个牌子，左右各一边，就红色跟白色的。那你们有自驾朋友的话，一定要担心，如果在其他区域见到这个牌子，指的是一个禁止进入的意思。所以我们这个花园的话，其他人是不能进入。
We have anyone know? Macadamia nuts, very good. Do I have any Aussies on my bus? Awesome. Well, we can thank you guys for our macadamia nuts. They were brought over from Queensland, Australia as a gift to one of our queens back in the day. Mahalo. Okay, what did Moana want to do? She wanted to travel, she wanted to explore. This is exactly what happened anciently and historically throughout Polynesia. Polynesia is an archipelago of islands in the Pacific Ocean. Hawaii is at the top of the archipelago of islands. There are other islands such as Tahiti, Samoa, Tonga, and many other islands. So they traveled from Marquesas originally to this island, and that's how they populated the island. They would bring with them many different plants and animals to survive their trip, which could be very long, months and months, and also to plant here when they came. Did you try it?
In San Diego.
In San Diego. I was expecting Fiji or something. San Diego, that's pretty cool. There's actually a very huge Polynesian population over there. So you probably got it at a market?
Yeah.
Okay, something like that. Alright, so it's used recreationally as well, but back in the day it was a form of medicine because it numbs the body. It's also a relaxer. Okay, so that's kava.
左边的话，你们看到的是那个 kava 是左边的，它应该指的方向错是左边，看它是像绿那个左。
Blue chips later on. This is a form of starch.
我们从右边的话，你
We have on our left and right key or tea plant. So these are the long green and red leaves you see. One of the ways this was used was actually you strip the leaf, you braid it together, and then you connect them to create lace. The red ones were reserved just for kings, queens, chiefs, ali'is back in the day. To make one hula skirt, does anyone know how many leaves you would need? Just guess. How many? 10,000. 10,000? Close. You need about 50 at least 50 leaves for one hula skirt. Good job. to work in plantations, and that is why our islands are so diverse culturally. So we have our sugarcane. So I'm just gonna translate. On our right, we have everyone say Mai'a. Mai'a is a banana. It's our apple banana. So there were actually different rules against bananas back in the day. One of the kapu or the rules was that women could not eat most types of bananas. You heard of that one? Thank goodness that rule's broken because that's my favorite fruit. We're gonna try that later on.
现在是好在禁止了，因为都可以吃的，但是以前古代是不可以吃，女生不能吃香蕉的。
Alright, so on our left and right we have Kualoa or taro. We're going to learn a lot about this later on, but it has a lot of cultural significance. Uala or sweet potato. So does anyone know what the purple one is? That's the Okinawan sweet potato. Has anyone heard of ube? No one? Maybe a few. Yes, ube is actually made from this purple potato. Thank you so much.
Okay, 那右边的话是我们。
So Hawaiians actually didn't necessarily like to eat this squash or gourd. They dried it out, used it for water vessels or to make a hula instrument.
OK， 右边的话你们看到的是那个伊普，是我们叫葫芦。那夏威夷人的话，并不是拿它来吃，他会把
for spear making or for making fish nets or other useful things.
在左右两边的话是竹子，那这个竹子的话，右手边我们主要是用来做那个造房子，左边的话会比较小一点。
And other countries have become the main producers of these crops.
在这样左右两边的话，你们可以从右边的话看到的是我们的菠萝，在以前夏威夷就是在做有占了全。
It's so labor intensive and expensive because it's hard to produce it. Weave them together and they would make baskets, mats, they would make mattresses to sleep on, sails for canoes, etc.
最常见的一个位置，谢谢。
Alright family, here we are at Hale Nanea. This is the most filmed location on the entire ranch. Alright, so if you're into the movie side, this is where you guys are going to really like. Because we have different film sets, as you can see around us. We have film location signs as well. So please just keep a distance from our film sets because they're mostly made out of styrofoam family. Alright, so it's not safe. Also, we're going to be here for about 20 minutes. We have a fruit stand right down here. We're going to be serving up some guava and star fruit. Family, come up and try. We have our guava and star fruit.
Liqueur water.
What's the red one? The pink one?
Macadamia nuts.
Alright everyone, did you guys enjoy your guava and star fruit? Yeah. What was your favorite though? The macadamia nuts?
Yeah.
Guava. Actually, guava is tasty.
Guava? Yeah, the guava today was really good. Alright, so when you looked around, you're going to see different film locations, but you're wondering where the site is, where the set. Actually, every movie that comes through Kualoa Ranch signs a contract saying that they're going to take care of the land and restore it back to its former glory after the movie. So all the sets are gone because it's harmful to the environment, but we just are left with the location.
OK，那他刚刚有说到，我们其实牧场 这也不是第一个行程。你们都知道，整个牧场所有拍摄的一些电影，你都不会有看到太多的电影道具或者在电影里面的场景。这也是因为所有的电影来到这边的话，他们都会签一个合同，也是为了我们那个相当于是公司文化，主要还是要保护这片土地，成为最天然的就原生态的一个地方。所以所有电影拍摄以后，我们都会把它的道具都撤掉，只能给大家看牌子。
Alright, over here there are also Lost and Fantasy Island. Parts of the episode were filmed over here. Lost, the series was filmed, a lot of it on our ranch, up in the other side as well. So we're heading into our orchard. This part of our garden has our limes. Our limes actually come from China. They were brought over from China. As well as our guava we have up here is from Mexico.
Oh, Mexico!
Victor! You can see that's they're in season right now. They're yellow on the outside. There's a little bug in our bark that might be harmful to other plants if you bring it over seeds. The bigger yellow ones are the best ones to pick. It means they're more juicy and sweet. On our left we used to have baby papaya trees. Don't know what happened. Actually, we're going to be planting some banana over here, so they're just trying to rotate the crops.
左边的话也是我们的木瓜那个根，我们通常是2。
This fish pond is 800 years old, and it was used during times of famine or during times of worship to capture fish. So all the fish that are inside the pond are trapped by rocks when they enter. So they grow very big.
中会你们看到那个前面的那个鱼池塘的话，那个鱼池塘的话，我们有125英亩。那如果对这个数字没概念的话，你们有去逛过阿拉莫？
That's the scene where he was fixing his motorcycle, and that was the background, right here on our left.
左边的话，你们可以看到一个牌子，那个牌子上就是《侏罗纪世界》的那个男演员。
Educational Center for those keikis or children who go to school here on the island. A lot of schools require time outside of the classroom to be with nature, so this is where they would do that. This is our facilities.
OK， 那我们现在进入的就是我们 Happy Pool 的教育中心。其实，在夏令营的教育里面的话，它是要求所有的学生，除了在课堂里面以外的话，它是要求他们尽可能的接触大自然。所以我们牧场其实也是欧胡岛上的2个地方之一，可以让他们有机会接触到动物。你们可以看到左边的那些羊。
3 ducks. These 3 ducks are inseparable. They will follow each other in lines. When one lays down, usually they all just crowd around. They're so cute. We used to have an albino peacock over here on the left side in a cage. It escaped 3 times. The 4th time it escaped, they just said, oh, whatever. But the reason there's so many peacocks on the island is because one of the princesses, her favorite bird was a peacock. So she actually had a peacock farm, and now there's a bunch over on our north shore. If you go to Malaikahana Beach Park, or Waimea Valley, you're gonna notice a peacock.
那我们其实这鱼池塘里面，你看到刚刚那个有泡泡的，养的是太平。
They're looking for lunch.
那右边的这个其实是我们就放那个小的虾米。
No longer in use, but it's just for educational value. One would be to sleep, another to cook, another for storage, etc. Cultures were shared, dances were shared. Again, they were all family. They all had those connections overseas. Also, from April to October, just so y'all know, that's the breeding ground, the breeding for hammerhead sharks. That's when they breed. So right now, there's a bunch out there. Approximately, there's estimated to be around 12,000 hammerhead sharks in that bay. On our left, we have on our right, we have our lo'ikalo, which is our taro patch. As I told you guys earlier, there's a huge cultural significance with this plant because Hawaiians actually believe that the first human life form came from this plant. One of the gods had a stillborn baby. The baby was buried in the ground, and then out from it sprouted this plant. Okay, so Hawaiians eat all of the plant, and one of the famous things that they eat is poi, which we're going to try here in a minute.
Boy with dried tuna. This place is watery.
There's like banana. Where we can find the banana.
Did you like the tuna? Not tuna as in hope,
I don't buy it, but just tell me some more.
Alright, so hopefully you guys are full enough. Now we're gonna head to lunch, right? For some of us? Alright. Okay guys, so mahalo for everything. We're just gonna take a quick ride back to the ranch. I might point out a few things on the way, but enjoy the breeze again.
Trees and branches are going to come in real close to us. So please keep all your hands, feet, heads, children inside the bus at all times, alright? For some of you, your phones are your children, alright? So while we're driving, sometimes you like to take a photo outside of the bus. I'll hit a bump and the phone will fall out of your hand. It's definitely not what we want, alright? But anytime I stop the bus, feel free to get some better pictures, stand up, get some better views, alright?
Yeehaw!
Alrighty, thank you. If it's too loud or too quiet, please just let me know and I can change the volume for you. But it seems like everybody in the back there can hear me alright. Alright, we're going to be seeing a lot of stuff today on this tour. We'll also be learning a little bit about some culture and history along the way as well. We're going to be learning a few Hawaiian words. Our very first one is kuleana. Everybody give that a try. Kuleana?
Kuleana.
Alrighty, that means responsibility. And it is my responsibility to make sure we check out 3 things on my list today. Number 1, gotta make sure you guys learn something new. Number 2, we gotta get some really awesome pictures. And number 3, the most important one, gotta make sure you guys have fun out there, alright? Next Hawaiian word is ahupua'a.
Ahupua'a.
I'll show them then. Ahupua'a.
Ahupua'a.
Perfect. You guys all just said a curse word in Hawaiian. Good for you. No. And ahupua'a is actually a land division. No worries. Right now we're in the land division of Kualoa. So we're in the ahupua'a of Kualoa. We're about to enter the ahupua'a of Ka'ava. And our southern valley that we will not be going into today is called Hakipu'u. So now all 3 of those, ahupua'a, Kualoa, Ka'ava, and Hakipu'u. Your turn. Good try, guys. I like the effort. Now, back in the early 1800s, there was a lot of disease, a lot of sickness here on the island. So we had medical missionaries coming from the mainland over here to help out in any way they could. One of these men, his name was Dr. Garrett P. Judd. He came from Boston, Massachusetts, and when he came over here, he really fell in love with the island, the culture, the people. He actually denounced his American citizenship to become a citizen of Hawaii. He became very close advisors to the King Kamehameha III. In fact, they became such great friends that the king sold him part of his land. So where we're in right now, Kualoa Valley was originally owned by King Kamehameha and then sold to Dr. Judd. The first thing that Dr. Judd did, he built the very first sugar mill here on Oahu. Take a look over on your right hand side, and that is the remains of said sugar mill. It's about 9 years. As you can see, we're very close to the ocean over here, and whenever the waves get a little bit too big, they start splashing up. The salt water lands on all the sugar cane, and it makes for really salty sugar. You guys want salty sugar? Probably not, right? Yeah, so it was shut down after 9 years. They were also going through a drought at the time, so it just really wasn't the best conditions for farming at that time. After that, it became what we still are today, which is a cattle ranch. So as we're driving through the valley, you'll probably see at least a few cattle out here. We reach about 600 head of cattle on our ranch at any given time. So they were cattle ranching for quite a long time. And then December 7th, 1941. You guys know what happened on that day?
Pearl Harbor.
So December 7th, 1941 is the bombing of Pearl Harbor. Now after that happened, they were really worried there's going to be a second attack here on the island. And so the government came over here and they actually built a military base on our ranch. Now, of course, they didn't ask the Judd family, and they were willing to turn it over to the military for a few years. So all along our right-hand side, they had built an airstrip that went about the entire length of our ranch. And when they built the airstrip, the highway was still over there. So anytime an aircraft were to take off or land, the traffic would be stopped for about 2 to 3 hours. If you guys have been here very long, you know it only takes maybe like an hour and a half or 2 hours to drive around the entire island. So if plane were to ever land, probably best to just turn around and go the other way. The military also built several bunkers here on our ranch. We're going to see a few of them today, and we're also going to be able to go inside our largest bunker, which is called Battery Cooper. It is one of the oldest and most well-preserved bunkers left over from World War II. This bunker is built into the mountain. It goes a couple hundred feet into the mountain, and it wraps around, and it'll come back out the other side. couple of cows over there. Now's a good time to teach you guys the Hawaiian word for cow. This is one of those really long, drawn out ones. Alright, everybody ready? Repeat after me. Pee.
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 Alright, there you go. Pee-pee. That is the Hawaiian word for cow. So like I said, a lot of different pee-pee on this ranch. Black pee-pee, brown pee-pee. About 600 pee-pee. Gonna start heading up this hill now. Get you over to our first set of bunkers. Alright, so over there on your right hand side is our very first one. This bunker is mostly underground. But you'll see there is a few steps over kind of on the left hand side of the bunker. That goes about 12 feet underground, and inside it's all solid concrete bunkers, so they would carry equipment in here if they ever needed to contact other islands or the mainland. We have a small gun emplacement over there on your right. And we're coming from 3 more bunkers up here. These first 2 will be to store ammunition, and the one on the end here is another gun emplacement. Now the gun that went here, it took 13 men to arm and fire. Over on the left hand side, that would have been their lookout. Now of course during World War II, none of these trees would have been here, none of these bushes. It gets the name Monkey Pod, because you'll notice that in some of these trees there's a little brown pod right there. So it resembles a monkey tail kind of hanging from the tree. Alright, now we're heading up to our largest bunker we have here on the ranch. Like I said, this one is built right into the side of the mountain. So you guys will be able to get out of the bus, walk around inside for a little bit. There is some World War II memorabilia. We also have a couple of movie posters and some movie props in there as well. View of our Pacific Ocean. Alrighty, so we're going to hop off the bus here. I do ask that you please do not cross the street. There is a lot of traffic up here, so just...
Oh. Jira.
Makes for a lot of rainbows. I've even seen double rainbows, and yes, I have seen a triple rainbow out in this valley before. This is also a very popular surf spot. You'll see there's some really great waves breaking out there right now. And if you follow that highway further up north, you'll eventually hit Bonsai Pipeline, Waimea Bay, and Sunset Beach. Those are some of the most popular surf destinations in the entire world. In fact, in a couple of months, usually during December and January, that's when we have a really big surf competitions right up. Yeah, I saw one. Yeah, me too. I've tried a couple times. It is very difficult. In fact, originally surfing was not as a sport. It wasn't for fun. It was a way to train the warriors of the villages. So back then, their surfboards were just a big plank of wood. It would have been about 150 pounds. Nowadays, our surfboards are maybe like 15, 20 pounds. So much more lightweight, makes things a lot easier. We're now coming down into our agricultural center. We have a couple different areas like this around our ranch. This is to teach the keiki, the children, about the farming that we have here on the island. We're trying to become a little bit more self-sustainable. So about 90% of all of the resources here on Hawaii, they're all imported, either from the mainland or from other countries. So if we're ever to get hit by any kind of natural disaster, let's say a hurricane were to come and hit here, and they had to shut down the trading and shipping routes, well, we're really not in a very good position, right? Because we're so reliant on getting our resources from the outside world. So it's very crucial, very important that we pass on that knowledge. That way we can always have at least, a few farms here. That way we're not totally left out to dry when something bad like that does happen. One of our big focuses here is local wai, which are these little freshwater ponds coming up on our left-hand side. We do have some freshwater goby and some shrimp in this one on our left. You guys can all see the shrimp in there, right? Yeah, me too. Now, one of the really cool things about these sheep is they are self-shearing. So if they ever get too hot, they'll just rub up on a rock, a fence post, the gate, and they will cut their own hair. So that's why it looks like some of them have really bad haircuts. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just don't worry. Don't worry about it. It's better to not know. Over there on your left, some Malaysian prawns, and all over on your right hand side, this is called ulu, or breadfruit. Now the breadfruit is used as a replacement for potato here on the island. So you can make mashed potato, you can make mashed ulu, you can make ulu chips, ulu fries. So it's just like potato, a little bit sweeter, and it's actually a lot healthier for you. Up next on both sides of us, you guys know what these are? Papayas. These are rainbow papaya, so they're like the sweetest papaya you can get. My favorite way to eat these is to cut it in half, scoop out the seeds in the middle, and then you put a scoop of vanilla ice cream right in the middle of your papaya. It is very good, especially on like the hot Hawaiian days here. Definitely give it a try. Even if you're lactose intolerant, trust me, it's worth it, alright? We do also have another little film location over here on your right hand side. So if you take a look at those two rocks right there. This is from George of the Jungle. Those are the kissing gorillas. We'll see that from a couple of different angles all throughout our tour today, so if you can't quite see it yet, I'm sure you'll get it by the end of the tour. So everybody on 3, take a nice big sniff. 1, 2, 3. If it did not smell good, that's probably your neighbor. because I was not lying. This is actually an odorless piggery. So we adopted this from the Koreans. They dig a hole about 10 feet deep, and at the bottom they have a bunch of charcoal. And then they put a bunch of little leaves and grass over the hole, and so whenever the pigs do their business, it falls into the hole, and the charcoal actually absorbs all the smell. Perfect. And so you guys all know the state fish of Hawaii, right? The humu humu nuku nuku apupua. Now try that. Well, what that means though, it actually literally translates to the fish with a pig. The fish with a nose like a pig. So if you look at that fish, it does look like it has almost like a little bit of a snout. We also have some of our hens over here. The Hawaiian word for chicken is moa. A good way to remember this one is that if you see one chicken, you're going to see moa and moa and moa of them. Over on your right in that field, those are all apple bananas. Anybody here from Australia? Yeah? Lady fingers, I believe is what you guys call these, yeah? Yeah, lady fingers. So they're a little bit smaller than a regular banana, but they pack a lot of flavor. They're really sweet. Yeah. This cactus-looking thing growing on these posts, that is dragon fruit. It's not fruiting currently. We also have some red ginger, some vanilla bean, but mostly what we're growing here is in the very back of the shade house. That is cacao. And what do we use cacao to make? Chocolate. Yes. We also feed that to our cows, and it makes us chocolate milk. But we do grow our very own chocolate here on the ranch. So we send our cacao and our sugarcane to the Manoa Chocolate Company. They're very popular here on the island. It only takes them a couple weeks, and they'll send us back Kualoa chocolate bars. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jurassic Valley.
Yay!
You know, this is just my backup job. Originally I was going to be a singer, but it just didn't work out. So in this grass field right here, this was used for Jurassic World. That Jeep that we just saw over at our last stop, so you guys hopped inside of it. They had a bunch of those. They were driving them all around this grass area right here, shooting a bunch of different scenes for Jurassic World. This mountain range right in front of us, this is where they CGI'd the monorail for that movie as well. We usually have weddings out here at least a couple times a week. We just had the Spartan race over here on our ranch about 2 months ago. So in the movie Jurassic Park, the Hammond grandchildren, they're out there in the field, they're watching a bunch of gallimimuses, a bunch of little baby dinosaurs going through the valley. But then they all start to stampede. The children run for their lives, and they jump and they hide behind a giant log. So coming up over here on your left-hand side, we have Oahu's most famous dead tree, the Jurassic Park log. So we are going to hop out here, be able to take a few pictures. If you guys want to line up in front of that log, I will take 2 pictures for everybody. We're going to take one normal picture, and then the other one, we're going to have a little help from my friend, Lieutenant Dan.
That's not one big pile of shit.
But now we're getting a lot more into the Hollywood side of things. We're seeing a lot of different film locations in this valley right here. My very first one comes up over here on our right is a pretty popular TV show. You guys fans of Lost? Yeah, alright. Well, over here on your right hand side. Up on top of this hill, this is Hurley's golf course. So they're stranded on that island. Hurley's like, you know what? Life sucks, but might as well make the best of it, right? So he builds a little 2-hole golf course, and one of the holes was located right up there on top of that hill. Now, this is one of the most expensive TV shows to be filmed here on our ranch. For every episode, they had a budget of $2.5 to $3 million. Yeah, pretty crazy. Believe it or not, that hill was about 10 feet taller before she came. So before Jurassic Park, while supporting those movies, we have a giant lizard here on our ranch. You guys know his name? Godzilla. That's right, Godzilla. So take a look over on your right hand side. We have one of Godzilla's footprints. If you were over on the left hand side of the bus, do not worry. We have 2 more footprints coming up on the left as well. First 15 minutes of this movie were filmed right here on our ranch. The road that we're on right now, this is where they fly that yellow plane and they land it right here on this road. Use them as back scratchers. So. Hear it for 51st dates! Alright, this road that we've been driving on the whole time, this is the same road that Lucy drives back and forth to the Hukila Cafe every single day. You guys remember what she eats for breakfast every day? Waffles. Yeah, she makes little waffle houses. Henry, he parks his truck right here on our left. He has a bunch of different schemes to try and get her to stop. One of my favorites is when he gets his friend Ulu, played by Rob Schneider, to act like he's robbing him. And then Lucy pulls out a baseball bat from her car and starts just beating the heck out of Ulu. And he runs down to the streets over there and she won't stop. So let's see, I believe I brought my baseball bat today, so do I have any wives or girlfriends that want to reenact that scene right now? I'm going to take yours, maybe later. Welcome to the jungle. So right up there where those palm trees are, that's where they built the transportation shed. This is where they steal the helicopter and Ruby Roundhouse does her dance fighting. Over on our right hand side, a little bit down that mountain, there's a little turret sticking on the ground. That was used for the movie Wind Talker, starring Nicolas Cage. This came out in 2002. It is a reenactment of the Battle of Saipan, when there's a bunch of explosions going all over the place. So they did that for several months, and in that time they had to pay for every seat on every tour that could have gone out every single day they were filming. Disney version. Now you probably noticed that we don't have very many movie sets here on the ranch, and that's because whenever a movie comes and films here, they sign a contract with Kualoa, and it says that they will return everything to the way it was when they found it. Watch drive through right now, all around us, these are kukui nut trees. This is actually the state tree of Hawaii. You see there's plenty of those nuts hanging from the branches up there. They are edible, they taste a little bit like a macadamia nut, but they are very, very oily. So one of the things here on the island is if you eat too much kukui, you're gonna go papooey. Yes. You eat a handful of these, you'll clean yourself right out. It is a natural laxative. Do you want to see the boneyard? I don't know if you sound very excited. Yeah. Do you guys want to see the boneyard?
Yeah!
Yeah, alrighty, over on our right hand side. Welcome to Kong's Boneyard. Now sadly we cannot get off of the bus here, but I will stop for a moment, so if you need to get some photos you can. Stay right there. He's really close. He wants to come out and see us. I don't know, the rain might have. Oh no, he's right there. And he is a Texas Longhorn. Alrighty, everybody. Say, Aloha Dakota! Aloha Dakota! Oh yeah, he always poses for pictures. Texas Longhorn.
It looked at me. You get a good picture of it?
Side up with that mountain. Try and see if you can spot a cave. Over on the left hand side, you might be able to see caves as well. There's about 90 caves in this valley, so. And that's going to come up a little bit later on in our tour. Alright, now coming over on our right hand side is land. This is where a lot of the chiefs would come to be raised and trained. They would also come here to pass away. Now, it was believed that when a person was to die, their spirit, their energy, their mana, their power was held within their bones. So, for example, if you were to get a hold of the bones of a chief, you would then be granted the same powers that they had. So, for that reason, obviously, they never wanted the chief's bodies to be found, and so they were buried up in these caves in our valley. There was always one person, a kiai, a guardian. He was appointed to bury the body. After he had buried the body in one of those caves, it was his duty to jump off of the mountain and sacrifice his own life so no one would ever find those remains. Now, the owners of the ranch, they have a lot of respect for the Hawaiian culture, and so we have never let a single person go and examine, go and study those caves ever. They are still untouched. It looks like they all just got some food though. Couple different iterations. This is the one that I've heard the most and the one that I like to tell. So the story goes that the goddess Pele, she sent her sister Hi'iaka over to these islands to discover new land. But this island has been guarded by a giant lizard. This lizard was not a very nice guy, and he would not let the goddess through. So the goddess and the lizard, they fought for 3 days. On the 3rd day, Hi'iaka spun around so fast that her skirt flung up and cut the tail right off of the lizard. The lizard then died, and his body became the Kualoa mountain range. So Kualoa literally translates to long back. That is the long back of the lizard. Hi'iaka then took the tail of the lizard, she flung it above her head, and she chucked it out into the ocean, and it became Mokuli'i Island. So Mokuli'i means little lizard. Good luck. Pause right here just for a moment so you guys on the left can grab some photos. We're gonna miss you. Oh, thanks guys. I'm gonna miss you too. So let's go over my checklist real quickly. Number 1, did you guys learn something new today? Yeah. Alright, perfect. Number 2, did you guys get some really cool pictures? Yes. And number 3, the most important one, did you guys have fun? Yeah. Alrighty, perfect. Mahalo, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I had a lot of fun out there with you guys as well. So, thank you. And we're going to end this tour the same way that we started, with a nice big aloha! Aloha!
One hour later.
Okay, time to get ready for tonight's festivities. Are you ready to party? Rainbow Bazaar. I think Rocky is still associated with Benihana. That was my first time trying shochu. This one's very smooth and sweet.
are you guys today? Okay.
Pineapple Express.
Mine was probably the tours. I don't know.
Wait, we did a lot of tours. What am I talking about?
Did we do? I don't remember. The alcohol man. Rocky treated me well.
I think so. Oh my gosh.
We made sure to stay a Friday night to make sure we see what we're waiting for. I'm gonna go for a drink at Paradise Lounge. I'm really fucking drunk. Okie dokie, masterminds. Mahalo nui loa for watching. Remember, be smart for your heart. Ahui ho, aloha po.